Valentine's Day! Yay, it's tomorrow and love is in the air this Valentine's Day. And whether you are single, dating, or already in love, we could all use a little help keeping that spark alive. So joining us today is the one and only matchmaker extraordinaire. We have Rachel London, and she is so lovely.
Oh, thank
all right,
you.
so you're here though to help with your expertise. People find their perfect match this Valentine's, or just make the most of their Valentine's celebration, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about, first of all, what's the number one mistake, Rachel, that you see people actually making when it comes to finding love?
Yeah, so I feel like people are always looking for that next best thing, and they don't see what's right in front of them.
Ooh.
So that's tricky because I feel like people have these unrealistic expectations, and they're trying to project them, or potentially even past hurts, onto a new person, and they don't really get to see the person who's right in front of them. And they think that there's going to be someone else who might be better right around the corner. And that's not always true. When we find someone amazing and we find a good connection, and people who have just a few of our main things that we're really looking for, I really love it when I see people focusing on that and valuing that. It's so important.
Oh, this is so well said.
Thank you.
Off the top, you just nailed it. It's so true though, right? Because when you're able to at least find those things that you can relate to, then as a person you grow with the other things that perhaps you didn't even know that you liked or needed.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, I love the whole idea of growing with somebody, and I think it's so, I mean, that's one of the top things that I tell people to look at. Find someone that you can grow with, because we are not a finished product as you find us now.
No. I don't. We're never a finished product. No. Okay. So for those still looking though for the one, right, this Valentine's, can you share some matchmaking tips that could make all the difference for somebody?
Yeah, so I think being open and letting life surprise you. So again, we get these ideas in our heads. I am going to see somebody and I'm going to end up with somebody who looks like this, who has this type of job, who treats me exactly like this. And yes, you want to know how someone's going to treat you and it's going to be well, but you want to let life surprise you, because I can't tell you how many times I see people come to us and pay us a lot of money and say, I want all of these things. And we're like, have you ever actually met that person? No, you've never actually met that person, which is why they hire us, and that's great.
Yes.
But then, you know, we see people finding somebody and falling in love with someone who is not the perfect checklist of all of these things, because they actually see the humanity in someone else.
Yes, right?
Yep.
That perfect someone doesn't exist because we're human.
Right.
And perfection is not real.
We're not perfect.
No.
And yet it's so easy. And sometimes we actually push people away because we expect perfection from ourselves and others. And it really keeps others at arm's distance instead of letting love in.
Yeah, letting love in, not only for the person that you're seeking, but for yourself.
For yourself,
right?
absolutely.
Yes. Okay,
Absolutely.
So what do you think makes Valentine's Day such a powerful moment, though, for couples? And how can singles use this day to take a step forward in their own love lives?
That's a great question. So I love Valentine's Day because I feel like it's somewhat of a state of mind. It's when you are coming together and you are being intentional about spending time together and celebrating your love. So I think people get really busy in their lives and they forget to celebrate the love that they have right in front of them, or to just look in their partner's eyes and say, I see you, I understand you, I value you, I'm grateful for you. And so having that presence and that intentionality is something, you know, that I think singles can take into their lives as well. So, you know, being really intentional about your dating life, being present for somebody else when you show up, these are great ways that whether you're in a couple or you're single, it's going to serve you well.
Yes, and if you're single too, I mean, you could even take that as far as saying you're going to show up for yourself that day.
Yes.
Right? Like, again, like you're saying, someone seeking perfection, maybe be kind to yourself that day.
Absolutely.
And be like, today's about self-love.
Yeah,
I'm going to love me today, so then I can find that other person.
Yep,
right?
and the other people in your lives. You know, I feel like it's very trendy for there to be like Galentine's Day, so like single girls will go out. But we kind of forget about the men out there. So I feel like men really thinking about what it is that you want in a relationship and maybe allowing yourself to be vulnerable with some of the people around you that are trusted, and asking for some support if you need it. There's, you know, that's a beautiful thing too.
Yes, and what you just said is beautiful. That's so perfect.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so in your experience though, what's the most surprising thing that people often overlook when they're seeking a lasting connection?
So I think unfortunately people can be a little bit short-sighted sometimes, and they will look at attraction first and foremost. And again, they'll have that checklist of all the things. It's this long laundry list of things that they want from somebody. And so a lot of times we see attraction being the most important thing, but they're not looking at things like, is this person going to be a great mother or father? Is this person going to be the one who's standing by me when I'm going through loss and hard times? And so I really encourage people to have the foresight to look at things, you know, these sort of thought experiments down the line. Could I really see that person stepping into these roles?
Oh, Rachel, thank you so much. You were so brilliant, and we so appreciate your insight on this Valentine's week and celebration. Everyone stick around, more to come here on Idaho Today right after the break.